Hey, I know what you're thinking. You've heard that a cost segregation study can be expensive, and you're wondering, hey, can I do it on my own? Well, we're going to talk about it on today's show. Welcome to the Real Estate Investor Show. This is the show to help you become a better real estate investor. My name is Clayton Morris, longtime real estate investor, and we at our company provide people with a cost segregation analysis when they close on one of our new construction properties. So cost segregation analysis can be very important for you to save money on your taxes. So before we get into whether or not you should do it on your own, how you do it on your own, let's answer the broader question: what is a cost segregation analysis? Put in fairly layman's terms, a cost segregation analysis allows you to reclassify certain parts of a property so that you can accelerate that depreciation. Instead of spreading it out over 29 and a half years, you can do it more condensed, get a better bang for your buck on your taxes. You also get the benefit of what's called bonus depreciation. That means that, let's say you buy a big piece of machinery or you buy a performing asset like a rental property, the new construction rental property. Guess what you can do? You can claim that bonus depreciation in that first year, almost basically allowing you to write off the entire down payment that you might have used to buy that rental property. It's a great way, instead of having to depreciate that piece of machinery or asset over its lifetime, you can accelerate it and you get that bonus depreciation in those first few years. It's fantastic. Sometimes people will refer to it also as first year depreciation. Same thing. A typical cost segregation can cost anywhere between $6,000, $10,000, $15,000. You're hiring, after all, a certified cost segregation engineer, certified as a specialty in this. The person we've used for years will fly into the town where we have our rental properties, spend a few days going through multiple properties at one time, and then he'll give us the bill. Now, if there are enough properties and the depreciation makes sense, then that's when we would bring him in to do this cost segregation analysis. Again, it's costly, but it pays off. So you need to have someone who knows what they're doing. But what if you want to save some money? What if you don't want to spend that $6,000, $10,000, $15,000 to do a cost seg? The IRS does allow you to do it yourself. However, you may want to think twice about trying to do this yourself. The reason that we use certified cost segregation engineers who understand this stuff and understand the changes in the tax code better than anybody is because making a mistake like this can cost you dearly. So my second point in this process is, you might want to do it yourself, but do you want to take the time, attention, and effort that it would take for you to educate yourself on all manner of the tax code so you know exactly what you're writing off, and does that fit into the cost segregation analysis? The next question I have for you is, do you know how to format the cost segregation report that you're going to be filing with your taxes? It better be spot on. And under this current IRS leadership, they are audit happy. They are looking for mistakes that can cause them red flags to reach out to you and audit you. Do you have it formatted properly so you do not get audited? What about all of the nuances of a cost segregation analysis? For instance, do you know how to break out the 5 and the 15-year depreciable assets inside of that cost segregation? Are you looking at a new construction property, an older renovated house? So would you know which one of those properties would qualify for a 5, 15-year? Something else that a cost segregation engineer will know is how these costs break down. So do you know the cost for each item that you can calculate bonus depreciation? Are you a CPA, and do you know how to properly report your cost segregation items on your tax returns? You might spend a lot of time doing the cost seg, but then if you don't report it properly on your tax returns, you're going to screw this whole thing up. And finally, the biggest question of all is that when the IRS comes and audits you, are you going to want to show them that you did this report yourself? That is a big problem. Under the law, you know that if you have someone working on your behalf, whether it's legal or accounting, you're putting your full faith and trust in that individual to perform that duty. And in a way, you're shielded under the law and under an audit because you have hired a certified public accountant to handle this data. So would you rather have it done yourself, or would you rather have a certified cost segregation engineer report, which is essentially irrefutable by the IRS? When the IRS sees that this is a certified CPA cost segregation engineer report, no questions asked. Why? Because that means you think the IRS is going to fly out and refute an actual paid for cost segregation report. They're going to go to your rental property and see if that furnace is in fact part of this depreciation, or they're going to see that you did in fact improve the roads and driveway, etc., or sewer lines on this property. No. When they have a certified, irrefutable cost seg analysis done by an engineer, that's it, stamp of approval. But if they know that you did it, all bets are off. So I would recommend that you work with a professional who's going to do this, his or herself, who is certified in this, is a skill set that you do not want to have to spend hours and hours and hours learning how to do. And if you do decide to do it yourself, please make sure you're doing it alongside of a CPA who can guide you properly. If you're going to take the time to learn all that goes into a cost segregation analysis, make sure that you're doing it next to a CPA. Do not try to do this yourself. We have got a full video on cost segregation. It's something that we take very seriously at Morris Invest because with every property we build, we provide a free cost segregation analysis that's done by a certified cost segregation engineer. So that when you close on a property, you're receiving that cost segregation, you're able to depreciate that asset in that first calendar year. It's like getting $6,000 for free from a cost segregation analysis. We provide that as part of our cost segregation concierge service. But if you want a deep dive on this topic, we've got a full comprehensive video on cost segregation analysis. We'll have a link below to that full video on cost segregation, as well as the card above that you can click on and watch. We'll see you next time, everyone.